Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and today we're going to be tackling one of the best decks that has ever been printed in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, I am not talking about Bashtian, I am talking about Sky Striker today, guys. So Sky Striker has been probably one of the most unkillable decks for a while now. It's pretty much been considered, at least in the conversation, for one of the best decks of the format ever since it was released. God knows how long ago, 2018 at this point, 2017, 2018 at this point. So it's been one of the better decks of the format for around 5-6 years at this point. So it's been doing really well, of course. Now, with the release of the Bastille strategy, it had lost a lot of viability, everything getting banished, being just overall outclassed by tier limits. But now that tier limit has gotten the boot and has pretty much gotten everything limited to one, no longer nearly as viable as it once was, I think it's time for Sky Striker to make a comeback. Also, with the decrease in popularity for a main deck Bastille board. Now, for Bastilles, I'm not saying they're unplayable, definitely not. They definitely still have a good space wherever they're very usable. Not nearly to the degree that they were before, of course, but now they're mainly more of a side deck option. Still good, but definitely not main deck option. And we can take precautionary measures in the side deck as well to go ahead and combat that also. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the deck profile. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get right into it, starting off with the monsters. Alright guys, so if you guys already know how Sky Striker plays, our monster count is going to be very low. Well, actually, we are playing not as big of a hand trap heavy Sky Striker variant, so you will see that right now. So we're bringing a very low monster count, very low hand trap count. But let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So we got 3 copies of Sky Striker Ace Ray. Of course, Ray is Bay, Ray is the boss monster. Ray is going to be the best. One of the best cards ever printed, actually. I want to say that right off the bat. So Ray, you need her at 3. 1 Rose, just because you do play the Link Gauge, the new Link Gauge card. So we need at least 1 Rose in the deck. The rest is really unnecessary. You don't need 2, you don't need 3. You just need the 1 for the combo for the OTK. And the last Sky Striker monster we played is 1 copy of Sky Striker or Surgical Striker Hemp. So Surgical Striker is actually going to be really good. So the basis for the Sky Striker deck is going to be a blind go second deck, and for any cast tier strategy, you can just tribute whatever problematic monster you're dealing with. Not even just cast tier, you can go up against Sword Soul and just tribute their nonsense to go ahead and special summon your Hemp. Also, now that Fluandries does not have Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds, you can actually go ahead and use this to your advantage in order to special summon this to their side of the field. Then you can go ahead and take it back with a Widow Anchor, or you can actually go ahead and banish it with like a Zeke. Anything like that will work just fine. But Surgical Striker Hemp is a really good card. I am conflicted at playing him at more than 1. I wanted to potentially try him at a 3, but the thing is that I kept seeing him too much and not enough of the Ray and enough of the actual power spells in the deck. And for the last 3 monsters we play, it's going to be 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. Pretty much been a staple, and also really good to go ahead and counter the best decks of the format. Whether the only decks I'll probably take this out for would be Sword Soul, probably put in like Effect Veilers for it. But again, we had the side deck for that, guys. For the main deck, we got to make sure we are ready for the cash tier matchups. That's gonna be it for the monsters, guys. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, but except we do have the spicy sauce with the Hemp. But let's get into the spells. Alright guys, so for the spells, if you guys play Sky Striker, this is where we really see what the deck is made of, what the deck is going to be planned to do, and there are so many iterations that I really want to go ahead and try out, but I think this is probably going to be the best one. Like I said, we're playing a blind going second version of the deck, so let's go ahead and see what we have right now. I have played, of course, 3 copies of Link Cage. Link Cage is such a phenomenal card since this came out. I've been really wanting to play Sky Striker, but unfortunately it did come out also with the Shizu card, so it's just really bad timing for it overall, but a necessary card for any Sky Striker deck. 3 copies of Widow Anchor, again, very mandatory. 2 copies of Afterburn for give the mixed rarity. It is what it is. So Afterburn is going to be really good. 3 is a bit too cloggy, but 2 is just right. So Afterburn is, what I like about Afterburn is that, of course, it allows you to break boards, destroy your opponent's monsters in back row, whatever it might be. I just don't want to play it at 3 because, again, it's not a quick play spell, so it has less versatility in its overall usage. Then we play 1 copy of Engage, of course, 1 multi-roll, 1 Hornet Drones, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 area 0 for the remainder of our Sky Striker cards. Only 1 copy of Shark Cannon, just because I do not believe the graveyard is going to be nearly as relevant anymore. Also, with a Rise Heart being in the meta, everything's going to get banished anyway as well, so it really just depends on what you want to do with that. But that's why we're playing so many cards to get around the Rise Heart. Either it is to negate it, to destroy it, whatever it might be, but it's not going to be an issue going into your initial play, I'll tell you that much. So this is going to be it for our Sky Striker spell lineup. Now let's get for the rest of the spells. We have here 3 copies of Book of Eclipse. You are playing a link-based deck. You can use this in more than just turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you like. Because your Link monsters can't get Book of Moon, so you're good to go. So Book of Eclipse is going to be one of the better cards in this deck. Of course, is one of the best counters for Kashtira. But not just Kashtira, it actually helps you get around a lot of other decks as well. Whether it's the weakened version of Sprite, this is a card that demands a response. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So Book of Eclipse, really good. 3 copies of Raigeki. We're playing the board breakers now. I kind of wish I had Lightning Storm to play in here, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have Lightning Storms. If you have them, I'd probably play them over this just in case you run into like the Labyrinth matchup or any crazy shenanigans like that, any back row style decks, Eldritch, if that's still a thing. People may want to try that out. Actually, I might want to try that out. Let me know if you want to see in the comment section down below. But Lightning Storm over Raigeki is probably the move, but I don't have Lightning Storms, whatever it might be, so Raigeki is still a really good option as well. 3 copies of Forbidden Chalice. Nothing really left to say right there. Forbidden Chalice is a great card. It's a spell. 2 copies of Power Prosperity to dig deeper. 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talents. I thought about putting Thrust in here. Obviously, I don't have Thrust. If I did, would I take out Triple Tactics Talents? Probably not. I'd probably find more room for it, or just play a bigger deck size. To be honest, it's that one of those cards that you just have to play if it's available to you, right? For our other one-ups, we have 1 Change of Heart. We have 1 Mind Control, we have 1 Reinforcement of the Army, Upstart Goblin, and 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So essentially, like I said, we are going blind, going second, so we're just going to go ahead and take our opponent's monsters, get as much advantage as possible. So really what I'm focusing on with this deck, guys, is I want to make sure I get rid of any on-field threats. So I feel like with the upcoming format, we're not going to be really dealing with as many in-hand effects, whether it's hand traps or whatever it might be. I think most of the biggest threats are going to be on the board, so which makes cards like Effect Veiler, Imperm, Ghost Mourner, Moonlit Chill are going to be better cards in the upcoming formats. But that's going to be it for the deck for the main deck, I should say, guys. It's going to be for the main deck. It is a 41 card main deck with the Upstart Goblin, because Upstart Goblin, you have to play it in Sky Striker. You have to get 3 spells in the grave, and if you have it in your opening hand, that's just a free spell in the grave you're going to go ahead and have. So that's going to be it for the main deck. Like I said, guys, 41 card main deck. Now for the extra deck, I'm missing 1 card. It's very clearly proxied, but I'll get to that when I get there. So I have 3 copies of Kagari, of course. The standard Sky Striker ratios. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel with this. 3 Shizuku, 3 of the Hayate, 1 Kaina, 2 copies of Zeke, 2 copies of Zeke. So I don't have the second Zeke, but the reason why I want to play a second one is in the event that our opponent wants to banish one. So a lot of the decks currently in the format, whether it is Galaxy Photon, Kashtira, True Draco, can go ahead and banish cards from your extra deck. So I want to make sure I have multiple copies of the same card, just to make sure that if one of them gets banished, I still have another copy. And that's the reason why I want to play 2 Zeke. Also, with Hamp being able to get rid of monsters, and us playing cards like Mind Control and Change of Heart, things like that, I want to make sure that I have something that I can go ahead and link into, so that way I don't have to just give them their monster back at the end of the turn in case I can't OTK them. IP Masquerena, Nightmare Unicorn, and access code Talker to round up the extra deck. 15 card extra deck, guys, of course. Not like my Sprite deck profile where I only had 14. But I did fix it. I did tell you guys, no, I did play well, I thought I was playing the Zeus, but I was only playing a 14 card extra deck in that one. It is what it is. You gotta laugh at yourself when that happens, guys. So also the Sky Striker token, very, very key. If you don't have the Sky Striker token, you can't play Sky Striker. That's just a given. That's gonna be it for the profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know how you guys are playing Sky Striker, or if I'm crazy for even considering this deck to be one of the top decks of the upcoming format. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.